Wednesday, Roanoke, Virginia. Thursday will be at Charlotte, North Carolina. And they will wrap up the week next Friday in Brunswick, Georgia. And again, so the National Hurricane Center will be bringing out some of their aircraft. There'll also be some forecasters and meteorologists from the National Hurricane Center, as well as the local forecast offices. In fact, the tour stop number 4 on May the 9th will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is open to the public. You are invited to come out to the Charlotte Douglas International Airport from 2 to 5 p.m., and you can take a tour of these aircraft that fly into the hurricanes. James, I know you have been able to go on this hurricane awareness tour before, and so maybe you can tell the folks a little bit what they can expect, and I think you have a package that
we're going to dig way back into the archive when I had hair up here and not down here on my face, but we want to try to entice you to come on out and check this out. I had the opportunity in 2009 to meet up with them on Long Island. I was doing some student reporting at the time, and we're going to roll some of that video here momentarily. So again, this is from 2009. I was then Hurricane Center Director Bill Reed. It was before Hurricane Sandy. You're going to hear us mention the fact that Long Island hasn't had a hurricane in a few years, and that's obviously no longer the case. But some light rain here on Long Island, nothing for the crew of the Hurricane Hunter aircraft behind me, who are used to flying through some of our most severe hurricanes to get the National Weather Service the latest information. They stopped here at Republic Airport as a part of their week-long severe weather tour.
NOAA's Lockheed WP-3D Orion turboprop aircraft slices through a hurricane as nerves inside rattle with every wake of turbulence.
Because as a pilot, I was trained to fly to stay away from bad weather, and now that's my mission, is to fly into bad weather. The plane itself is just a 1976 P-3. It's not structurally enhanced at all. There's a lot of scientific gear in the back that makes it special, but up here, it's pretty much an airliner.
This is a basic drop sound, which instrument we actually launch out of the aircraft. It's expendable. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's about $750. What we do, we launch out of the aircraft and don't recover it, but as it's launched out through the hurricane, it sends back data. Data includes temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, wind speed, wind direction. It transmits it back to the aircraft like a robot. We receive it here and then transmit that data back to the National Hurricane Center, which helps better predict the hurricanes. Hurricane Katrina, the red line was the original track of the hurricane predicted. Once we flew through it and did with including this instrument and other instruments, the green line became the new track, and the black line was the actual track of the hurricane.
Long Island hasn't seen a major hurricane in over 2 decades, but the threat still remains.
So the problem you have here is just like you mentioned, you can go a whole generation without a substantial impact from a hurricane, so it becomes a story rather than something someone lived. And I think the challenge there is convincing people that this threat is real for them, because even though it's a rare event, it will happen again.
So we come up here to remind people, don't let your guard down. It's been a while since Long Island's got hit by one. Who knows what this season will bring. NOAA's going to announce the official forecast on May 21st. And we'll see what the season shapes up to be.
At Republic Airport on Long Island, I'm James Brierton. I report for CNN. 1976, there you had it. I said that the plane was a little hardy in age. In 1976, guys. So I think that was the biggest thing that I remember from when I visited this plane in 2009. That doesn't mean that it's antiquated. They got a lot of really cool technology on board that you'll be able to get to see. But again, if you're a flight enthusiast, they have to use this particular aircraft because some of the newer jet engines, as I understand it, wouldn't be able to handle the turbulence, which is really interesting, Scotty.